Take a three-dimensional shape where every face is the same regular polygon, triangle, square, or pentagon repeated, and where the same number of faces meet at every single corner. A shape this perfect is called a Platonic solid, named after Plato. There are only 5 Platonic solids, and no more than 5 can ever exist. Tetrahedron. Take 4 identical equilateral triangles, fold them together, and they close into a tetrahedron, a pyramid with a triangular base. The tetrahedron has 4 faces, 4 corners, and 6 edges. This is the minimum solid that can exist. The tetrahedron is the only Platonic solid that is its own dual. A dual is a polyhedron formed by swapping a solid's faces and vertices, so that each face becomes a vertex and each vertex becomes a face, while preserving the overall structure. Mark the center of each face, connect those centers, and on most solids you get a different shape entirely. On the tetrahedron, you get another tetrahedron. Around 350 BC, in his work On the Heavens, Aristotle claimed that identical tetrahedra stack together to fill space completely with no gaps, the same way cubes do. He was wrong. If you pack them around a single shared edge, a thin wedge of emptiness is always left over, because the angle between 2 faces does not divide evenly into a full turn. Remarkably, the claim went unchallenged for 1800 years, until the German mathematician Johannes Regiomontanus finally corrected it in the 15th century. While Aristotle erred in claiming that tetrahedra stack perfectly, a combination of tetrahedra and octahedra in a ratio of 2 to 1 does fill space with no gaps, a structure Alexander Graham Bell first built and that was later patented as the octet truss. Cube. This familiar shape is made of 6 identical squares, each corner the intersection of 3 squares, with 8 corners and 12 edges. Of all 5 Platonic solids, the cube is the only one that fills 3-dimensional space on its own. The cube's ability to fill space without gaps appears throughout nature. Sodium chloride, pyrite, and many other compounds crystallize into cubic crystals because their atoms lock into a repeating cubic lattice. The cube hides a property that sounds impossible. You can cut a hole straight through a cube and pass a second cube of the exact same size through it, while leaving the first cube in one piece. In the 1600s, Prince Rupert of the Rhine won a wager that this could be done, and the English mathematician John Wallis proved him right. Nearly a century later, the Dutch mathematician Peter Newland found the limit. The tunnel can be cut wide enough for a cube about 6% larger than the original to slide through, with side length 3 times the square root of 2 over 4 times the original. Every Platonic solid shares this strange Rupert property, and mathematicians long suspected that every convex polyhedron might share it too. But in 2025, Jakob Steininger and Sergei Yurkovich constructed the Noperthedron, a convex polyhedron that cannot pass through a straight tunnel cut through a copy of itself. The cube carries the next shape hidden within itself, and it can be found by looking at the center of the cube's faces. Octahedron. Take a cube and mark the center of each of its 6 faces. Connect those 6 points and a new shape appears inside, with 8 triangles and 6 corners. It appears like 2 pyramids joined base to base. This is what it means for 2 solids to be dual. A cube has 6 faces and 8 corners. The octahedron is the reverse, 8 faces and 6 corners. Nature grows this shape on its own. Time and pressure form diamond and fluorite into sharp octahedral points, where the geometry sits at its most stable. Because the two are duals, the cube and the octahedron also share the same symmetry, so every rotation that leaves the cube unchanged leaves an octahedron unchanged too. That pairing runs through all 5 solids. The tetrahedron is its own dual. The cube and octahedron partner with each other, and the last 2, the dodecahedron and the icosahedron, form the final pair. Dodecahedron. Take 12 identical regular pentagons, 3 meeting at every corner, and they form into a dodecahedron, a near spherical solid with 20 corners and 30 edges. When Plato laid out the 5 solids in his dialogue Timaeus around 360 BC, he matched 4 of them to the 4 classical elements: the tetrahedron to fire, the cube to earth, the Octahedron to air, and the Icosahedron to water. The dodecahedron was left over, and rather than discard it, Plato assigned it to the heavens themselves, the shape from which the cosmos was arranged. In 1596, the German astronomer Johannes Kepler built an entire model of the solar system out of the 5 Platonic solids, nesting them inside one another within each planet's orbit, riding on a spherical shell between 2 solids. It was wrong as physics, but it was the work of someone convinced the planets were spaced by perfect geometry. The same instinct that the dodecahedron is somehow the shape of the heavens survived into modern cosmology with real instruments behind it. In 2003, the French astrophysicist Jean-Pierre Luminet and his colleagues published a model in the journal Nature in which the whole universe has the shape of a dodecahedron, its 12 faces glued to their opposites after a slight twist, so that flying out through one face brings you back in through the face on the other side. The leftover radiation from the Big Bang shows an odd shortage of large-scale ripples, and a finite dodecahedral universe predicted that shortage where an ordinary endless universe could not. 2 decades later, the verdict is still not in. The simplest reading of the best data from the Planck satellite points to a universe that is flat and goes on without end. The dodecahedral universe, though, has never been completely disproven. The dodecahedron's partner is a shape Plato tied to water, and that one turned out to be the solid that the living world reaches for the most often. Icosahedron. The dodecahedron's dual is the icosahedron, built the same way the cube and the octahedron mirror each other. Mark the center of each of the dodecahedron's 12 faces, connect them, and out comes a solid with 20 triangular faces and 12 corners, the exact reverse of the dodecahedron's 12 faces and 20 corners. 20 triangles, 5 meeting at every corner, make it the most rounded of all 5. The closest a Platonic solid comes to a sphere. Why there can only be 5? The proof that there are exactly 5 Platonic solids comes down to one simple rule. At every corner, identical faces must meet in a way that creates a 3-dimensional shape. The angles around that corner must add up to less than 360 degrees. Exactly 360 degrees makes a flat pattern. More than 360 causes the faces to overlap. An equilateral triangle has 60-degree angles. 3, 4, or 5 triangles around a corner give 180, 240, and 300 degrees, all less than 360. These create the tetrahedron, octahedron, and icosahedron. 6 triangles reach exactly 360 and cannot bend into a solid. A square has 90-degree angles. 3 squares make 270 degrees, giving the cube. 4 squares make 360 and remains flat. A pentagon has 108-degree angles. 3 make 324 degrees, creating the dodecahedron. 4 exceeds the limit. Hexagons have 120-degree angles, so just 3 of them make a full 360-degree turn. They can tile a plane, but they cannot form a corner. Every larger polygon has even larger angles, so the possibility ends there. That leaves exactly 5 possibilities, 3 made from triangles, 1 from squares, and 1 from pentagons. This list is not short by coincidence, it is forced by geometry itself. Once the angles stop allowing a corner, no 6th Platonic solid can exist.